Good evening, one and all, and welcome to this week's edition of Cop Talk. Yeah, man, there's no Stony this week. Stoney's out there boogieing and having a little boogie, celebrating his son's birthday. So we're gonna send out big shouts goes out to his prince. And we've got Preds this week, nice and early. I can't believe it, mate. Right, and that first one on. You know what I mean? I was in shock.
Miss you, family.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Yo, why you look like you're gonna do an interview, bro? Tabrice? Man's got my like he's about to interview somebody. What's
beard looking sharp though? The beard is looking sharp.
I love that top. Is that the old? I love that top, man.
That looks like candy version.
Yeah. That's a retro, boy. That's retro.
Easy.
What's going on, people?
We're good, man. How you been, my brother? It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I'm all right. You know, working and other things going on. So, but I'm here. I saw you miss call. I thought, you know what, I got to jump on. You know, I've kind of, I'm in a, you know, I'm good.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's been out there interviewing some people out there, and interviews good, man. I've been watching, mate.
You know, Tabrice has got big links, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
We've got superstar Tabrice on with us today. We've got royalty, man.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, my man's on Cop Talk, you know. Yeah, I'm on Cop Talk with
Big shouts goes out, Dr. Blake. How we doing, sir?
I'm well, man. It's good to be back. Good to have the gang back together. Let's get into it, man.
I hear that. I'm gonna send a big shout goes out to Mark Foster and our very young king of the one-liner, CW. Nice to have you on board, sir. See, are we gonna do a DJ Khaled at this rate? All we do is win. Yeah. We don't give up. Yeah, anyway. And he also says that Preds early must be AI. Wouldn't surprise me at all, man. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Mark says that he says Fergie time. Now it's slots time. We will be talking about that in a bit as well. Don't worry. So keep it locked. Do you remember? Hit that like, that share, and that subscribe. Okay, gentlemen. First things first. We are going to start with is Isak makes his first start for the boys. How do you reckon he done? Mate? How do you think he's going to fit in with our team? How's it looking?
You know what? I'm gonna jump right back in because it's been a long time, and I've been waiting to have a little chat. You know what I mean? You know what? For his first game, without any game time before that, obviously on international duty, I was pleasantly all right with him. You can see that there was small little connections. I know it's quite early, but you can see with quality players, you can see those little connections forming, and the little connections he's having with Wirtz. He's had with our mate Gravenberch. I know we're going to talk about him again, but yeah, Gravenberch has got links.
Oh, 100%. He's on my list. 100%.
And then his footwork to get a shot off when he was in the box in the first half. You can see. Well, we all know about Isak anyway, don't we? We all know about him. It's just now that he's on our side. Yeah, I was satisfied with the fact that he came off injury free.
Okay. Tabrice, since we ain't seen you for a little while, how did you think Mr. Isak done?
Yeah, you know, I've got to agree in terms of what Big P said, really. I mean, first and foremost, I didn't think he was even going to play.
I didn't.
I thought it was a little bit of a risk since he's not had a preseason. Like his kind of link-up play was, again, decent. Movement. Again, you know, we all know what Isak's about. Again, coming off injury free is probably like our kind of biggest, I'd say, plus in terms of yesterday's game. In terms of how he fits, hey, well, you don't pay that type of money for someone like him to be on the bench. So like a TK, you know, will be kind of looking at the whole situation and thinking, okay, well, now I've got a little bit of competition. But overall, you know, again, maybe because it was a Spanish team or maybe it's Champions League, so kind of literally, so like it wasn't as physical as it could have been in a Premier League game. But you know, I would like probably give him like a safe 5.5 out of 10.
Okay, 5.5. Okay, so you're not that impressed then, bloody hell. What do you mean? After all that talk, and then he gives him a 5.5. All right, man, no problem. VVD, doctor, I'm hard to
Yeah,
please.
listen, I was like super impressed. Maybe it's his style of play, the fact that I just like, I rate him highly as a player, but it was just flowing, man. Like it would get to him. He's moving it forwards. He's progressing the play. He's holding it. He's moving it to the side. But like it was never just hold up play, back to goal and backwards. It always just flowed through him. And the techers that the man's got, it's just extraordinary. If you just think that he's had no preseason, Atletico are a hard team to play against. And I just think, in terms of a vision for what this team's going to look like in the next 3 to 4 weeks when he's fully fit, and I was like super excited. I was texting everybody, "Oi Isak, oi Isak, oi Isak." It just you can see that he's still not at his peak, but I just felt like the techers, the movement, like the quality. That chance that he fashioned that little half shot out of when he, like, to be fair, like it wasn't even the world's best ball to him, but the ball control and the manipulation and it wasn't obviously vintage Isak, but you can just see like just the quality of the player, man. I was super excited.
Most definitely, I definitely believe in that as well. He needs
sorry. You know what? One thing as well, and I don't want to throw shade, and Mo Salah was right to show respect to the previous players that we've had, but there was one moment of skill he done when he did like the pass back to Wirtz, and then Wirtz nearly scored and that. And I did say, I was like, God, like, blessings for this, innit? Because I had Darwin Núñez for the last 3 years. So now I feel like I've earned this, innit? I was just like, yes.
Of course.
I was like,
100%.
I do not need to sign Isak on FIFA anymore because he's already at my club, innit? I said, yeah.
Do that. Yep. He needs time. Looking very leggy. 2 more games and he'll be up to speed. That's Mark Foster. But CW says Isak was sharp considering lack of game time.
Yeah.
Good link-up play. And he goes on to say, I wouldn't start him in the derby the way that Tarkowski tackles our players. He might have a bit of a point there. One thing I will say, gentlemen, about Isak, what I saw a couple little touches and the little backheel flicks, and it kind of reminded me very much of Roberto Firmino-esque, the link-up touches and that. I could see that happening, man. Them little touches that will put someone through, a man like Salah to go on and score some goals. So, yeah, man, I was quite happy with his performance, considering his form of fitness and where he's at the moment. Just shows you, man, that guy's a natural athlete for him to go in and get an hour under his belt like that in a big match like that. To be fair, so,
yeah, but you got to remember, he was still training in some capacity, and I think didn't he even go back to Real Sociedad?
Yeah, he did for a little spell.
Yeah, for a little spell to have a training there.
It's just a lot different, just training and playing games, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Match fitness.
When you don't play friendly games and that, just training. Yeah. It's not the same, man.
I think it's more of a case of just getting his match fitness and his sharpness going. I think he will. Yeah. So listen, 100%. He's here now, mini.
That's one new signing. Another one that we need to talk about is Wirtz. Let's start with you, Doctor, and let's work the other way around this time. So, talk to me.
Yeah, I was much more. No, let me restart that. I thought yesterday was his best game in terms of just his overall impact on the team from a attacking viewpoint. Yeah, he has been a little bit disappointing. That's because obviously expectations are so high, and rightfully so when you spend that type of money on a player of his caliber. But I do think there is something in how we're using him, and it does feel like at times we're using my man like he's like a mini Kante at times, and he's leading like the league for high distance sprints and off the ball runs, and he's almost having to do too much off the ball, and so I do think it's about us or Slot recognizing how can I like best use him, and I guess Wirtz just like adapting to the pace of the league, but I do feel like we haven't helped him in terms of his adaptation. And I think it was interesting when he moved to the left yesterday, and it just seemed to flow even better. Like get the midfield three from last season back together, because they're also complementary, and then maybe works from the left free role, drifting in where he's got a bit more time and space. I think that was the vision. And if we do that, then I think it strengthens us defensively, because it feels like sometimes like we're going forward and there's too many players and they're getting each other's way in that. So I think get last season's midfield three, they're better defensively. And I'm not just saying this because Diaz was my guy, but it gets Gakpo out of the team, because Jesus Christ, this guy is getting in the way. This guy is getting in the way. So what works on the left, free role, like Kirkus plays natural game, midfield three from last season, Isak or Hugo, Mo did Mo stuff, and works will cook.
Okay, Tabriz. Doesn't look like he fully agrees with that.
No, listen, I kind of agree in terms of, you know, I think we're not getting the best out of him in terms of in the middle of the park. He's almost acting like a kind of number 8. You know, we like literally expecting him to do a lot of stuff, and he's like trying to impress. And again, I think, you know, of course, if you can give him time, then literally he will hurt you. But I think we've all realized, you know, after 55, 60 minutes, like, it looks like he's literally out, you know, he's kind of absolutely spent. It's kind of, you know, like, it's really weird that like his best games are with Germany, and also again yesterday, where the kind of opposition kind of gives you time and kind of gives you space. I totally agree in terms of what Doctor's saying in terms of trying to get like the kind of midfield trio back together. I would I like to see him with that free roll wide left? Not really. I think Gakpo, for me, you know, he's the one that's going to put in a lot more yards down that left, and literally I think he'll cook his a lot more than what he's doing. But also as well, I think, you know, everyone has to realize it's not Wirtz's fault that he cost us over 130 mil. So again, like, we're like talking about his like 5th game for like Liverpool. It's going to take like a little bit of time. I like, you know, do have faith in terms of what like qualities that he like brings to the squad, and of course, he was everyone's go-to player when he was available. So yeah, like, you don't become bad overnight, and I kind of do believe, you know, in the middle of the park, he will come good. And, you know, that's just me personally.
Okay, so Preds.
I'm quite patient with this and his development going forward. He's a 22-year-old lad who's played a lot of games in the Bundesliga and Champions League games and internationals. We all know that the English Premier League is a different beast altogether in regards to the pace and physicality of it. And I've seen enough in the 5 games to think, well, this guy's going to be with us for the next 5 years. And I can see him being one of the pinnacle players moving forward, who's going to like contribute to Liverpool's success. I saw enough last night in regards to some of the touches, the break that he started, and then passed it on to Salah, who should have scored, was amazing. You can see that when we're talking about connections, you can see he's having a connection with Szoboszlai as well, and he's having those little connections with other little players, and you can see what he wants to do. And then, yeah, you're absolutely right. There's times when it looks like it's quite obvious that he's trying to do too much at certain points. But I think last night was probably the first time that in the game he was actually a little bit more himself. His passing accuracy was like 84%, I think. And he was, you know, and I think I can only think of 3 passes where he gave the ball away. in the whole game. And I can think of that in like on one hand. Other times he's playing it, he's keeping it moving, he's getting into little pockets of space. And remember, we've got the players, existing players, have also got to get used to him as well. It was just funny that when Atletico Madrid done a low block, that's when I'm thinking that's when we needed him on, because he can get into those little pockets. But you know what, we ground out a result. But yeah, anyway, for Wirtz, I'm actually quite satisfied with what I'm seeing, and every game I've seen, he's getting better in regards to it. It's just English football, Premier League is a tough beast to get used to, and I think he'd get used to it. I really do. So I'm not concerned.
Okay. So Chris is saying, would Wirtz be better on the left wing in terms of, for now, he will click at some point. Maybe it's new league, but the price tag, you would expect better.
I think we've got to the day in where players can't be blamed for the fees that's been paid for them. That's out of their hands. All the fact is that he's done what he can control, which was he was feet on the ground, on the grass, and he was performing at high levels. That's not his fault in regards to the fee. And it's almost like some people, some supporters kind of think, right, he cost that amount of money, so he should actually be ripping up trees straight away. And you know, he's a bigger project than that. He's not a short term; he's a long term. And he's not even a project. He's a 22-year-old lad who is actually he's opening can of beans with his left and right foot in the Bundesliga and in Germany. So yeah, I think we need to move away from. Well, it's hard to move away from the fee. However, we can't kind of have that as the narrative, i.e., it's his fee, so he should be unlocking defenses left, right, and centre. It's going to be a period of time, but I do believe he's going to be that player for us.
You know what? I hear that, and in part, I partially agree with that. But also, you've got to admit that if these clubs, all these clubs are willing to pay this kind of money, then there's got to be something special about these players. So you are going to expect something from them at them kind of fees. And we're not saying, well, we know it's not the players' fault about the fee, but at the same time, it wasn't just us who were willing to pay that kind of money.
See, so if I think about, say, like Nunes, sorry, Darren, I keep on talking about you today. For me, it was abundantly clear that we overpaid for him. Yeah, I don't think we overpaid for Wirtz. I think he is I think his talent is exceptional, and therefore the fee that we've paid is market value for somebody of his talent. And I do think, it's for him to not quite justify the fee, but I think it's for him to show why we paid that amount of money. But like I said, I do think Slot's got to think about how he's using him, because I feel like, to the point that Mark's made about Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai worked well as a number 10 because he did so much off the ball running. He did the running for Mo. He did off the ball running. He was covering Trent. He was helping out Gravenberch. So those players, like Dom's off the ball game, is really complementary for aspects of our team. However, like I was saying, you look at Wirtz's running stats, they're through the roof. I think he's got the highest distances in the Premier League season for any midfielder. And my point is, you don't sign Wirtz to make him play like he's Dirk Kuyt. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He's not the runner. He's the person that you run for. So the team and Slot have got to work out how best to use him, and he's got to adapt to them and vice versa. But for me, it's no point Cody Gakpo having space and either coming in the field and shooting, or coming in the field and doing stupid crosses when you've got Wirtz making off the ball runs. Like, it's almost like Messi making off the ball runs for Pedro. It doesn't make any sense. Like, who do you want on the ball to dictate the game and to influence the game? That's who you get the ball to. So I feel once we start to use him better, then it starts to flow. Personally.
But like, do you think that Slot has put works in the in the firing line from from the get go. Like we all know that there's a kind of breeding in period, and literally Slot has just said, like, the Bournemouth game, you're gonna play. I'm not saying and again, I'm not even disrespecting Bournemouth, because actually Bournemouth are a really, really, really
very good team.
you know what I'm saying? But don't you think Slot should have eased him into the first four? Well, let's say the first 4 games in the Prem, rather than starting him, because we had a winning formula last season. So I don't know why and it's kind of weird for me saying this, because of course, like, we haven't played well and we're top of the league. But again, sometimes with a player like Wirtz, and again, exactly what everyone said, in terms of like his age and his price tag that we have nothing to do with. But I think we all know now there are like people out there that are now jumping on this bandwagon. Wirtz is the biggest flop in like Premier League history. It's silly, it's madness.
Nah, I've not seen anything that bad so far. Nah, not that bad.
But
way.
I guess people are waiting to try to really.
Not that bad. No way. They be saying that already. No.
Yeah, so I think, to the question, I don't think the Slot should have eased him in. I just feel like it's 2 things, right? We've recruited this season for the present and for the future, and I guess that means basically we have recruited this season for Liverpool post Mo Salah, and we've also needed to have somebody to replace Trent's creativity as well. And I guess they've decided actually we would rather get a number 10 to actually do that. Now, maybe if Wirtz was available next season, they would have made the move like in a year's time. But maybe the fact that he's on the market now, that's why they kind of push for it. So I do think, look, we know Mo gets a free role from a defensive point. So if you've got a number 9 stretching play, you've got a number 10 who wants to be creative, you've got a right winger who's not really tracking back, you've got a bit of an imbalance. So maybe right now the team is in a bit of transition as we're trying to fit these new pieces in, whilst also keeping Mo, who's still important to us. So I do think Slot's having to balance a few things. But I just feel like you look at something and you think, is it working right now? Do I stick with it? Do I change it? Do I move it around? And I don't think Wirtz in himself is a problem. I just think it's where we're playing him and what we're asking him to do. So, like, if you take Spurs is the Pochettino team under Spurs, right? Eriksen, you would have said, was that team's playmaker, yeah. But he didn't play number 10. He often played from the left midfield, and it was Dele Alli and Harry Kane. So I just don't think you need to have your creative playmaker start centrally. I think you can achieve creativity and playmaking through like different routes. I just don't think, that number 10 who's playing in that position needs to be the person who you want on the ball all the time. I think there's different ways of actually organize it.
Very true. Good. Well put there. So Mark Foster said, Hugo left wing, Isak the 9, Salah right wing, and Szoboszlai 10 for me. I think that's our strongest front line.
It's powerful.
It is, but Szoboszlai, for me, will not show that same quality of pass as what I will see from Wirtz for me.
He won't. I mean, we saw it last season.
And I've seen, exactly. I've seen it last season. So
but he's not the sort of
running and graft and all that, lovely. But I want to see that quality at the end. That's what
shown that he's better when he's coming on to play rather than when he's in tight pockets.
Mm-hmm.
But when he went into the 10 yesterday, like, I think someone made a comment about it.
They did.
Yes, when he went into the 10, actually, we started flowing again. To be fair, Ekatike was like a little bit of a head. He was a bit of a Darwin-esque kind of erratic running. it was kind of like, it was only for about 5 minutes and then he settled down. But I think obviously that's the impact of Isak.
Of course, he wants to impress.
Yeah, he wants to impress, and people saying he's a bit.
My man's saying, listen, I've started for you lot. I've got myself a couple of goals. I'm doing all right. This guy's not even fit, not played no games, and my man's starting ahead of me. Bro, I got something to show you, lot, you understand?
Yeah.
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
But you know what it is, though? I also think it's just an indication of how good Isak is, because Ekitike's link-up play, everyone's been like breath of fresh air. He's got technically so good, especially in comparison to what we had last season. And yeah, I agree with Prince. He wasn't at his best when he first came on, but I just feel 45 minutes of watching Isak, you just see this bar just raise, and you're like, whoa, like this is like elite, world class, one of the best in the world, arguably the best in the world, doing what he does. So I just think anything that you watch after that, it's just gonna seem a bit meaty, in it, because he is just that good.
Mediocre, yeah. I hear that.
What
Big
frustrated
shouts
me
goes out
was
to brother Amit. Gonna send a big shout goes out to brother Bingy and Sergeant Fury Toes.
Bingy.
That's a new one. Sergeant Fury Toes. Seen that one before.
Oh, welcome.
Okay, yeah, welcome, definitely welcome. All right, so another player that we're going to talk about, peoples, is the classy, the ever quality Mr. Gravenberch. Sam. Take a bow. What a game he had yesterday. So let's start with Tabrice Gravenberch.
Are we looking at possibly the best progressive DM in Europe? I'm not going to say the world, but in Europe. He like has the calmness. He like has the football intelligence to actually anchor this team. And I know people will say Van Dijk and Mo Salah and Isak, but Gravenberch, when like he's not playing, if he's not playing well, then like there's a dramatic drop in terms of our performance. Massive. He is a Rolls Royce of a DM, and literally it's very hard to say a Rolls, because again, DMs are ugly, they're aggressive, they just don't look nice on the eye. But like he does, he like plays with absolute class, intelligence, and again, I genuinely think if he kind of performs like he did yesterday throughout this whole season, I think he's going to be Liverpool's player of the season. Genuinely, I think literally he's the one that's going to be pivotal to literally what we win this season. How old is he? 20, 23, 24?
24.
Yeah,
24.
Is he 24 now?
Yeah, 23, 24. One of the two, yeah.
Literally 23, 24. And so going by and actually going on in terms of what Doc said about playing worse in the right position. When like Klopp signed him, Klopp didn't know what to do with him. Like, and literally all of us were thinking, like, what is he? Is he a number 8?
Yeah.
We didn't really know exactly where like he like fitted in. I mean, Klopp didn't really know. Again, if you have the right manager with the right system, and if he plays in the right position, like we've seen it now. Like people talk about Casado being like that, like DM. No. Gravenberch has everything and more, and like he's not even reached his ceiling yet. And I'm so excited to see exactly what like he like brings to us, not even just this season, but like in the next 3, 4, 5 seasons. Absolute class.
Okay. Whew. VW saying, give it time, Kings. We're only 5 games in. I hear you, Vinny, but we can only analyze the 5 games. That's all we've got to analyze, bro. That's all we've got to go on so far, is these 5 games. I hear you, but we've only got these 5 games to go on so far. Preds, Gravenberch.
He's 23 years old, to be fair. I'll literally double down on what Tabrice has just said. Class. Absolutely class. It's like the way that he drops his shoulder and just rolls through the middle of that midfield.
It's the way he takes the ball on the half turn.
and then accelerates out,
Yeah.
and then he's got control of the ball. All he needs now, and I'm being very, very picky here now, very picky. All right. The moment that the time comes when his decision making and his passing sharpens up a little bit offensively at the end of those dynamic runs that he does. Therese has mentioned that he's possibly one of the best, or potentially one of the best DMs in Europe. I think once everything starts clicking and he's only 23 years old, I think the boy's gonna exceed Europe and go into the world stratosphere, because I think
I
the
think
way
Real
he's,
Madrid are going to come knocking, mate. That's what I reckon.
yeah, like
I can see it.
he's in there, and someone said about Rolls Royce. The way that he's just strong armed one of the players yesterday. I think it was Simeone, when he's trying to fucking get around and he's strong armed him. And then that time, everyone knows that. I think everyone now knows about Gravenberch and the drop of the shoulder. Gravenberch drop of the shoulder in midfield. Everyone, I think everyone in Europe knows about it. However, it's one thing knowing about it; it's another thing stopping it. And when he's like that, and he's just, he's just got this level of assurity and this composure and authority as well. Like dropping into the back line, picking up the ball. VVD's on the left, Konate's on the right. He's getting the ball. He's getting the ball in tight spaces. His tight ball control is brilliant. He's improved so much with ball control under pressure. And his passing range in regards to his pass completion, again, I can't actually think of a pass that he gave away. There wasn't many. So for Ryan Gravenberch, mate, listen, he got given the opportunity. Slot must have seen something in him where Klopp, maybe, I don't know, he was a young lad, 22, coming from Bayern Munich, not played much football. Everyone thought that Gravenberch was number 8 because that's where he played in Bayern Munich, number 8. But if I've done my research on him, and I know that I actually played as a 4, a 8, a 10. He's one of those players he can play in any of those 3 positions. But he just needed an opportunity and a structure to be able to then fit in. And where we were looking, remember a year ago, we were like begging for a DM.
Zubamendi, right?
And Zubamendi nearly came, and he for whatever reason he turned us down. And then it was almost like, oh well, we've just got to settle on either Gravenberch or Edu. However, Gravenberch has just literally taken a scruff of the neck and gone, yeah, listen, I'm making this mine. And he's almost kind of rewriting the role of a DM.
Oh, good point.
Because Fabinho, big structure, and physical, and he went round defensively. He had his qualities going forward as well, but there's a variation that Gravenberch should bring into that role.
Silky, man, very silky. Very silky. Grav has just picked up from his early form from last year. Proper levels. He's getting better, which is scary. That pivot term thing that he's developed is getting more polished too. Pause. Amit, you're too right, bro. You're too right. This is one of the things, though, what I was looking at with regards to this season's transfer window, is that I wanted another natural DM for the same thing that we spoke that Fabrice mentioned as well. If anything does happen to Grav, the dip is massive. All right, I know we got Endo there, but he's not the same levels. And he does a job, like the same thing like you spoke about, ugly and whatever. But the thing is, he's one of the players who will win the ball back and then probably give it straight back away because he hasn't got the passing ability. So you've done all that hard work, you've won the ball, and then you give it straight away. So this is why I did want another DM, a natural quality DM. I did want that, and also to just sometimes give him a rest. Do you know what I mean? Not even if he's give him a rest, man. Give him a break.
Yeah, but I think with the emergence of Gravenberch, I think we can identify that's the sort of DM that Slot wants.
Yeah, but I'm saying no. I'm saying we need
maybe.
backup.
Yeah, we need backup. I know he's played Curtis Jones in that position on occasions, and in actual fact, he's not saying he's the answer. But when he's been back there as a DM, he's done all right. We have the option of Szoboszlai going there and doing a job in there. You've also got the option of McAllister coming in and doing that. So I think, the backup, I think we've already got that already. And you've got Endo as well, who can, what do they call him? The finisher.
He's the finisher, mate. He's the
Trey
finisher.
as well. Like Trey could probably do that role as well at some point in time.
Who?
Yeah.
Trey Leone.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Just forgot someone actually, which they just reminded me about.
Yeah.
As well, he's back fit now, as well, and he's a decent little player.
Good player, but yeah, do you know what? You really hope that he gets a bit of luck with injury, man, because after that breakout season he had, he then missed a year. Then last season didn't go quite as well as hoped. Like, he didn't get that much minutes in his first loan. The second one was a bit better, but still not great. On Grav, I just think it's interesting because although he's playing and he's been playing as a number 6, Liberties and Jay Staring. To be fair, you know what? There's some training clips of Staring in it, and he's doing his things. You're you kidding?
Sorry, doctor.
That's fine.
Hey, don't you just listen? It's all coming back to me. You know when CW says something on, he writes a comment when you're in mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Just throw you off, bro. That's Speary,
Mate, he's doing a good job chaperoning the youngsters.
See, it's weird because although Grav is playing number 6, but I think often what stands out for me when you see him playing in that role are qualities that you might associate with, say, like a number 8 or even like a number 10, for example. When I look at Grav now, it's weird. I don't necessarily see a number 6. I just see a central midfielder who's just dominant. And when I think of Grav, I just think of one of the best midfielders around at the present. And I think where his development has been so impressive, in theory, there's no reason why you couldn't, say, bring in a number 6 if it's a Belieber or Adam Wharton, play them there, and you then play Grav as the number 8, and I still think he looks as dominant, because I just think where his game is now, he walks on the pitch and it's almost like he knows he's class. The way he barged that guy yesterday, last season, he still wasn't quite doing that, whereas now he's got this authority and confidence that says, I am the guy on the pitch, and like you can't chat to me. So I just thought wherever we play him now, in his mind, I'm that guy. Like, I am this confident, dominant midfielder. So yeah, if we play number 6, I think he'll continue to thrive. If we play him the one slightly further forward, I think he'll thrive. I just think right now he's a complete midfielder, like almost like one of the old school mids who could do a bit of everything. But it's great to see his development because, like realistically, like who can chat to him right now? He's serious, man.
He is. He's playing like he belongs now. When he first came through, he didn't really command his role. He didn't feel like he owned a position, indecisive and unsure. Now he's running games with swagger.
Doctor, I've got a question for you. So, do you think Belieber or Wharton would actually improve Liverpool if like we were going to sign either of them next season? Because again, I think
as a starting 11.
No, but I mean, kind of going by what Amit said, I think Gravenberch now knows that's his position. So if someone like, again, I think for me, Gravenberch has got a little bit of Belieber and Wharton in him. So I don't think we would need any of those two personally.
Who's the one? Who's the second? The first one you mentioned?
Belieber from Brighton.
From Brighton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because for me, Belieber is more of a rough and tumble type of DM where he'll break up play, you know, typical African. You know, it's just, you know, and then
He's
of course,
techie though. He's techie on the ball, man. He's still techie on the ball.
yeah, but
And
you know,
he scored a banger not too long ago. I tell ya.
Like he can
It was a
still
crapper.
carry and drive with the ball. But I see what you mean. So I think to answer your question, I wouldn't. So I think Belieber in terms of defensive off the ball traits is better than Gravenberch, personally. Wharton as a pure passer, like a deep line playmaker in terms of passing through the lines, is better than Gravenberch. I don't think they're better around players than him, but they've got specific attributes that I think would be complementary to our squad or to our starting 11. But I just wouldn't see it as it's an either or, because I feel you could play either one of them with Grav. So you could play them two, you could play, I don't know, Wharton as the first receiver, Grav next to him, and then you've got Mac 10 playing 10, you've got Dom playing right back. Like however you want to do it. But I guess I like the idea of maybe having one more starter or one more player of starting quality, and then they can just rotate around. But I don't think it's a priority for us. But equally, I wouldn't be against just adding one more in there just to kind of, because I think our midfield is so important. And like I said, who knows how Wirtz lands as well. And it might be that until Mo moves out of the team, having Dom or Curtis Jones, a more physical number 10, is just what works better for the team, so that we can still carry Mo a little bit, and then Wirtz can still do what Wirtz does without having to sacrifice what he does. So, yeah, like I wouldn't be against it, but like at the same time, I don't think it's essential.
So, all right. So, man is mentioning Wharton. Now, like you said, as a deep line passer and all that, the youth is quality, but he's too injury prone for me.
Yeah, this is
that's the problem. He's out injured again.
Is he? It's a shame.
Yeah, he's out injured again, and that is a major issue for me. I think he's a great player. I really do think he's a great player, but injuries, man.
But Liverpool have already established under Slot a very comprehensive, like, injury prevention record. And if you think about it, Isak is kind of in the same kind of field. He spent a lot of time.
Not as bad. No chance. Not as bad as Wharton.
A lot of football at the moment.
But I think Wharton's had, like, not a serious injury. Like, all injuries are serious, but I think he had.
Niggles he gets, isn't it?
Yeah, he spent a bit of time out injury. I get that. I get that, but you know what? Like, for some reason, I try not to compare players to the past players. But I think I see us getting Wharton as a kind of a resurrection of Avi Alonso.
Yeah, I see.
You know, have we really, like, I'm not saying we need to. Have we really had a Avi Alonso type player since?
No, we haven't.
And for me, Wharton kind of fits that bill. Listen, Avi's what is in another stratosphere for me, but he's almost like an Avi Alonso kind of isk midfielder. And I agree with you. I'm not saying that I disagree with you about his injuries list. I just feel that Liverpool have established a very comprehensive, high percentage of injury prevention and injury rehab as well. I think Liverpool have done that. And if he has got injuries, I do believe that Liverpool are more than capable of managing him in respect of trying to prevent further injury. I mean, it's almost impossible to say that because it's a football pitch and you can get injured at any second. However, there's a way of some preventions, and a lot of injuries nowadays, they're not like, you know, they're not like they're like muscular, you know, like muscular hamstrings. You must know what you feel like that. But it's hamstrings and groins and
it's not ligament.
You know what I mean. And those things you can And the sports science in football now is just madness. So in regards to prevention and rehab, and also when they're actually playing, they're actually getting maintained at a. Have you seen what they go through like before training? When you watch their little videos, like all of that is like strength conditioning prevention.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So, gents, we've spoken about some players now. Let's speak about this all round as a team, this performance yesterday. And the main thing I want to talk about is, for me, what I've noticed once again is going 2-0 up and then letting the team back in, especially at home. What is happening with this Liverpool team, man? Because we can't keep. I don't know how long my heart can take this 90th minute shit. I don't know, bro. Seriously, it's not good. Seriously, it's not good. You know what I mean? I swear. Yesterday before the game, I had hair like Doctor. You know what I mean? By the 84th minute, I'm looking like Tabrice. You know what I mean? What's going on, bro? Like, come on, man.
I can grow my hair just to let you know. I can actually grow my hair.
Okay.
This is a choice.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that. Anyway,
you know what? It's goals that change games. And if you think about it, we're 2-1 up. We go for a break. Salah hits the post. If he scores, that's 3-1. It's a different game now.
Yep.
But then, like Real Madrid, you know what? I was smiling when they didn't have Koke on. And then when they brought Koke on, I'm like, oh, you know what? This could be an issue. I'm like, this could be an issue. And he didn't disappoint. But you know what? We came back but yeah, is it funny to say I kind of almost expected it?
Yeah.
But I was still confident that we would get a result.
Do you know what it was for me? It wasn't a 2-2 game, and I think this is it, right? We've seen the season, so we saw Newcastle where we were awful, Brighton, we were good, and then we were poor, and they came into it. Arsenal different again, but I feel like yesterday was a very comprehensive performance, and their goal, 1, it was deflection, the first goal, 2 was offside, 3, it's just before half time, 4, there's the Wirtz and Isak link up when Wirtz goes around the keeper and then Frimpong misses it. So that could have made it 3-0. So I think if you look at like the XG, the shots on goal, the XG conceded and all these types of things, it just wasn't a 2-2 game at all. And then the second goal, a mad rasper. So I think, yeah, we've had this thing of losing 2-goal leads, but I think yesterday was just unlucky, man. I think sometimes you're just unlucky.
You know what? I'm gonna kind of partially disagree with you on that one, because I think Atletico Madrid, it was on the cards. And the one thing I am concerned about is that Atletico Madrid came to Anfield and they were keeping possession. And they were keeping possession, and not only keeping possession, but they were being a threat.
Yeah.
And for me at home, we didn't assert or manage the game as well as we could have. And that there is when we go further. If we go further, pause. Luck.
Why is going further a pause? Like, see this pause culture. Like, we need to pause on this pause culture.
You started it.
It wasn't me at all. It's Teach.
Someone started
Teach has infected the whole world. I'm telling you, it's created bots.
I got it from here. I got it from you, and there's all that pause thing, and I'm like, and now I'm going around saying pause all the time.
Nah, listen, on a real, Fred. The one thing I'm going to disagree with what you said was, them being a threat. I don't really think I think they kept the ball well certain times, but I don't really think there was a threat. I wasn't worried like that. I was more worried with us making silly mistakes that would let them in, not them being great and being a threat.
Yeah, you know what? Let me.
I was worried with.
What I would reiterate, not reiterate. I would kind of rewind slightly and go, the actual threat. Not you're quite. I would agree with you in regards to being a threat. I think they managed the game in regards to when they went 2-0 down, but they managed the game and they controlled the game for large periods.
So my thing is this though: 2-0 up, and you're minutes before half time. Why don't you manage the game to go in 2-0 up? That's my thing. Manage the game and go in 2-0 up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like the worst time everyone knows, like football cliche. Football cliche. Yeah, never like keep a clean sheet. Before the half time.
Come on.
And the game changes, and that's what I'm saying. Like from when we went 2-0 up, we kind of like allowed them to control and manipulate the possession, which then with possession, it with every little bit of attack, it just grinds you down more and more and more. And we just went back more and more and more, and then the lads popped up.
I mean, yeah, I mean.
Hey, well done, BW. Well done, BW. mate. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That explains
See?
everything.
But I mean, literally, if like someone said touching wood, I'm not thinking of what people are thinking. Like, I'm just
Well, I've been saying
touching
like
wood.
Jinx touch wood like for decades.
Decades.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. Everything's a pause or a why now. That's another thing they say. Why? It's a why. We all need to adapt to Virgin mentality on this one. See, yesterday when the reporter asked him if he was worried about our early season form defensively, shut it down straight away, and he blunt said no. I remember that when he said that, actually.
Poor girl looked shook, boy.
I'm saying they're not worried about us defensively, but
we should be.
We are conceding a lot more goals than what I would say we would normally, and also some cheap goals. They're not even great goals to say, all right, you know what, it's a great goal, man. And that for me is worrying.
So I'd say, right, so in 5 games, sorry, no. To Breeze talk, because I can see you've been waiting. Go to Breeze, go.
No,
go.
I mean, every team, no matter what like level you play at, will have certain 10-15 minutes where like they will control a game and they'll create chances. For whatever reason, the teams that are this like season, when like teams who are on top of us, pause, we
You see?
The teams who are on like top of us at a certain time, this season for whatever reason are like scoring goals. Am I worried? I am not really worried regarding our kind of back five personally. Oh, jeez.
You see?
This is mad. But I think but again, I think as a team, and literally, I know that we will literally put this player in high esteem when he kind of does leave like Liverpool. But again, we all know that Mo doesn't really defend, and literally, again, I'm not going to say that's a problem. And exactly what Doc said, we're going to have 3 like players whose like first thought is to get into the box rather than going the opposite way. And I think this season, again, with research, with video analysis and like whatnot, the teams can figure out another team's weakness. And hey, like that's just how football is, but no, I'm not particularly worried. It's 5 games with like 105. And yeah, it is what it is.
You see Vinny, You see Vinny, You see Vinny. Vinny.
Oh my days.
You see Vinny. Okay, so I just think in the last 3 games, we've hardly Burnley, obviously they didn't try to attack us really, but I think we've hardly conceded any big chances at all. I know Arsenal were a bit shook, but Burnley, and even yesterday, like did Alisson have to make any like big saves, 1v1 or them get chances? I just feel like
There was only one where, and he should have done better. To be fair, was the header near the end.
Yeah,
He
and
should
that
have
was
buried that.
2.
Which is the other one?
The save at the near post when the geezers hit it across.
when he
Oh yeah,
spun
yeah.
drive a bit.
And he
Yeah, we
palmed it
wouldn't
their
really
way.
call that a big. Yeah,
I won't call that. Nah.
yeah.
But-
So,
Hey, keeper got
header-
2 hands on it. Keeper got 2 hands on it. It's technically a save.
I don't know, but I think it was more going across, not going in the goal.
He got
Yeah.
2 hands on it. He didn't know. He wouldn't know, would he? So he pushed it away.
but yeah, like it was a save, but I feel like the defenders, I think, are defending quite well. I think our team on the whole is defending a lot better, and our pressing is good. I just feel like I think the players are just trying to impress too much, and it's almost like every time they get the ball, they're trying to score a goal, as opposed to just sustaining attacks, recycling possession. And I feel I'm going to try not to do this much this season, but I think we've missed Luis Diaz, and I'm going to say this from the viewpoint of what Luis Diaz does is he keeps the ball. Like he recycles our possession. He's not what you'd call like a high risk play in terms of like always trying to take shots or hitting crosses. He might run into a blind alley, but guess what he would do? He'd turn out, pass to the fullback, and we start again. And you saw yesterday when Rio comes on, goes at his fullback 3 or 4 times. There was no joy. He turns back, he plays it into midfield, and we recycle. So I just feel like we're not recycling the ball enough. It's almost like we're getting the ball, we're trying to hurt teams, and then we're losing it. Then we have to run back. So I feel like our lack of control is almost partly because like we're just trying to score all the time, rather than just sustain attacks at 2-0, sustain the attack.
You got a good
Like,
point.
just
there,
sustain
'cause
the attack.
I've noticed that what you're saying is very true, because what I've noticed is, and how I've seen it is that because they're attacking so much now, all of a sudden with this new set of players they got or whatever, that when other teams do break, it's like we're light, and people they can catch us on the counter attack. I've noticed that quite frequently now.
Because it's just like everyone's trying to take a risk. Like Mo's a high risk player in terms of just what he tries to do. The strikers are strikers. Obviously, he works. He's trying to be creative. Cody, he's not playing amazing yet, but Cody's game
that game yesterday was a stinker, man, for him.
But Cody naturally is a high risk player from the viewpoint of when he gets the ball, he's going to drive and shoot, or he's going to drive and try and cross. It's rare that he's going to drive, dribble, keep the ball and move it. So either way, he's losing the ball by even trying to shoot or cross. So I just feel like we just need to just settle down a little bit. And I think because the midfielders, like as in the number 6 and the number 8 who's playing there, or the 2 number 6s, I think they're playing well. I just feel like we're always just trying to score a goal, where we just sustain the attack.
I think that will during the season. I think that will start to balance out.
Yeah, 100.
I think it's like, you know, we've had 5 league games and Champions League game, and yeah, we are being playing high risk, and it's almost again trying not to compare, but it was like Klopp of old, the Klopp teams of old, going out early doors, you know, trying to score the early goal and trying to score on every attack. And it's something that we haven't seen because before slots teams are
slowed it down.
Slowed it down, sustain attacks. So, but then to be fair, with the tactic yesterday, you'd almost think that would be the tactic, because when Atletico Madrid are a team that get back into shape, they're very difficult to break down.
Well, this is why yesterday I wasn't really worried about them coming at us. I was more worried about how we're going to break this team down. I know that's what they're famous for.
Yeah,
so I wasn't too worried about them coming up the other end and scoring.
Yeah, and I think every tactics, there's tactics for but there's tactics for different games, isn't there? And I should imagine that, you know, Saturday there's going to be another variation in how we're going to play. There's always been all these games. There's always been a variation from the last game, a slight tweak into the thing. In a way, we haven't lost our shape in any sort of way. But then, like for last night, I think the instructions were, if we can go and hit them quickly before they actually get organised, because we know how hard they are to break down when they are organised. But then it goes down to, I think you said it, Lee, earlier, decision making. the last ball in the final third, and those are the ones where we're getting caught short, and then lucky enough, Atletico Madrid weren't the type of team that will hit us on the break. So I think it'll balance out.
VW says we're not missing Diaz, and him going down a blind alley is mad.
But it makes you, it gives you control of the ball. You sustain possession by holding on to the ball because he's not losing the ball. So it's not going forwards and back. Yeah, he might not always make the best decision, but you've got control of the footballing. And if you've got control of the football, then you can't be countered. You're in shape.
CW says, I wasn't going to mention Luis Diaz, but find it interesting that Bayern Munich fans are not having him, which I find interesting, to be honest. I thought it was only me who didn't rate him. Interesting.
But let's flip it and say a Rio, for example, yeah? You see against Burnley, the chance that he creates for Frimpong.
Yeah.
Where he just dribbled, got into the box, waited, chance comes up, and he's just done a quality pass. And I think this is why sometimes just having pure dribblers, they're good for your tactics defensively, because even if they lose the ball, like if Rio loses the ball, he's going to be high in the corner flag, and we're going to have literally sometimes 7 or 8 players behind him. Like he's not trying to attempt a high risk pass or a shot, and then the team's now being countered. I just think these guys naturally just hold the ball, and therefore it just settles everything. So more dribblers, please.
Okay. Gakpo too predictable.
Cody is like, what's that thing in maths that's on a permanent diagonal? The Brer is just permanently just doing that. He's picking it up and he's just going like, I'm either gonna shoot there, I'm gonna run there, I'm gonna cross there. It's just like, rude boy. Take your time, bro. Take your time, Cody. What's that maths thing, man? Like who's got that maths?
I want him to do another. Hopefully, he gets another trick in his Christmas cracker at Christmas.
But I
actually do like.
He needs a couple,
Yeah.
not just one, mate. He needs a couple. I tell you.
Now, Cody's he's just easing himself into the season, in my opinion. I'm just trying to find his feet. I think.
Nah, but I think this game was just a stinker, man. You have to allow.
Oh, like he hasn't been good, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what it is. You know, it's like, isn't it? There's new players that come into the team, and I think this is naturally what happens, right? The new players are trying to impress, but then the older players are trying to say, "Right, like look at me in it, like I can still play football." So I think everyone's just trying to compete a little bit, and I think that will ease up.
I think this season Cody will score more match winners than Wirtz.
Oh, yeah, I can see that because Cody's got that clutch ability to shoot. But this is the point: if you're going to shoot 5 times in the game, then yeah, you might eventually score the match winner. But the 4 times that you shot before led to like 3 counter attacks. And Cody is averaging about 4 shots a game.
Yeah,
like he's shooting a lot,
and three blocked and 1 high and wide.
He's shooting a lot, but you know what it is? There's no issue shooting if it's the right choice. And I think his decision making isn't on point yet. Like he's just taking shots for the sake of it.
Last night was awful. There was so many times Wirtz was in space, like someone else was in space, and he just kept dropping his right shoulder, cutting in, and we know that he's going to. I think everyone
knows, man.
Everyone knows he's going to cut in and what you call it. But he was just turning down passes, which I think would have made us a lot more progressive.
You know upsets me with him as well. Like you said, when you said a new trick, he might just blasting the ball. He's not even trying to finesse it once or twice. And I mean, let me see if I can curl it right. You know, when you use the defender as your target and you curl it right, he's not even doing that. He's just blazing the ball straight at them as hard as possible. That's basic.
At least he's passing to Robbo a little bit more. My man is straight up not passing to Kirkheads. Like Cody's pulling rank. Cody's blatantly doing like a big brother routine and saying, right, like you new boys need to earn like your stripes because the
what did you think of also playing Robbo instead of Kirkes?
Makes sense, man.
Made sense. I think. What do you guys think about Slot's decision? I'm sure you're going to speak. We might touch upon it later on, but his decision to substitute Kirkes.
Makes sense again.
That's what
100%,
great managers do.
100%. It was a matter of time before he got sent off, bro.
Yeah.
A matter of time. Yeah. Do you understand?
Well,
if
Dr.
he
Clark
left him
says,
on, I was about to log on to my online betting site. Trust me, bro.
He wasn't having a bad game. I didn't think. I just think the moment. I think the way we were defending, we'd obviously set it up so that the fullbacks were going to be like the deepest players, right? So there was that occasion where he kind of fouls the guy and he is like the last man with his two of them backs. I just thought to himself, it's just not worth the risk. But he didn't actually play badly against Burnley. Personally, he just did that stupid dive. I think he's playing better. But equally, if you think about Robbo, right? I swear Robbo didn't play for the first 3 months when Klopp signed him. Like he let him just bed in, and he hardly ever played until I think it was at Christmas time. Like we saw Robbo.
Yeah, on the clock, yeah.
So I just think, look, Kirk has proved last season that he's quality, and he'll just ease in. But right now, yeah, he's had a few iffy games because that Bournemouth game, I was thinking, nah, Kirk.
He did well against Arsenal, though.
Oh no, you know what?
He did well
Madueke
against
had him
Arsenal.
on toast. No.
Madueke
had him on toast.
He tried to, but he
In
stuck
the
with
first
him.
half, no.
Stuck with him.
I thought he was struggling.
You know what? To be fair, I did say get a Falk and no, because I think Robertson's done. You know what I mean? But however,
He is done.
I think he's still got a part to play, mate.
like you're taking it back. He is done, bro. He is done.
Hey, Lee's come back ruthless this season.
Yeah, look at Lee's face.
I don't know what you saw, bro, but no, he is done. Yeah. He's done.
He was all right.
Huh?
He was all right. He was all right.
Yeah. Why is he done, Lee? Go on, like explain.
Why is he what?
Why is he done? Why is
he's done.
Robbo
And his
done?
legs are gone, bro. He's done now. He's done.
But like, what do you mean by his legs are gone?
No, listen. I can't trust him to defend anymore. I can't.
Robbo?
You know when we said when Robbo was done, when it took about 2 weeks for him to untangle himself after playing against Saka.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Do you know what? He had a bad few weeks, man, because he was getting ripped up. Do you know what? It was Chelsea as well. Madueke.
Thank you. Madueke didn't do that to Kirkes.
Like he didn't beat him once.
I'm telling you, man. And listen, do you remember that time he had a little run on him and Kirkes managed to get back with that pace, bro? That was Robbo. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
but
you actually saw
if that was Robbo, what would have happened?
No, but like you can see in Kirkes' eyes, like he was at full pelt. Like Kirkes was at full pelt.
Yes, he was still.
Yeah,
but Madueke is rapid.
Madueke is not slow.
He's rapid.
But my thing is, if that was Robbo, it'd have been see you later.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think sometimes you just get a good battle where a winger is playing really well and is a threat, and the defender matches that. But I feel like if the previous 2 games didn't happen, in terms of Newcastle and Bournemouth, in terms of obviously Bournemouth, he really struggled against Semenyo, and then Newcastle with Bruno Guimaraes and the goal he gives away. So it's almost like there was this aura around Kirkes. So it's like, man, looking like some flop. Because I think if those 2 games don't happen and you just judge him how he performed against Arsenal, I think he was in control for for large parts of their duels. And
thank you.
And I don't actually think Madueke beat him on a dribble or got a cross into the box that he didn't block. It's just that Arsenal are great on set pieces. So then a block cross against Arsenal still isn't great because they're on some Pulis vibe, right? But I think as a fullback, he did well, man.
Amit's not having it, mate. Amit's not having a bar of it. Trust me.
Lee, you're done, mate.
Vinny's not having it either.
That's what I'm saying.
Robbo's getting in there.
It's
Man,
crazy.
man told me to take it back, you know. Take it back.
Listen, I think Robbo has played better this season when he's been used in certain games, but let's be honest. Against Bournemouth,
50-mile sprints. Bro, they weren't sprints.
bro,
If that's what you see as
Semenyo
a
gave Robbo about 10 or 15 yards. And for that first goal, he ate him a lot. So it's like is that a pause as well? I don't know. Like he ran him down. Easy. All to the point where Van Dijk thought that Robbo had him and then wasn't even looking back to see. And then, but yeah, listen,
got roasted.
he's playing good with the ball, Robbo, I think.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, defensive wise for me, he's too easy to get roasted.
Oh, yeah, we saw that last year.
Yeah, and that's why I have to say sorry, mate. Sorry, thank you. No, I'm not being disrespectful. Thank you. You know what I mean? He's been brilliant servant. They've even made him vice captain. You know what I
This
mean?
goal suits him, I think.
Been a brilliant servant, and you know what? I think like Amit has put in there, he's a big influence. You know what I mean? Yeah, big influence and whatever. They'll help other players and whatever. That's right. But you'll help them if you're talking, not by leading by example, but you're okay.
No minutes. Will you play him against Everton?
Yes, I would start him against Everton. I think the derby could be a bit too hot for Kirkes because he don't have no filter, that brother there, and I can see a red card. You understand? So yes, I would definitely start him against Everton.
All right, but okay,
In saying that though, I would be a bit worried because right now on the wings they're going with a ting and guy can play. That guy can play, and really seems to have found a new lease of life. So yeah, in saying that, that could be a bit of a worry, man, and I might, show him a trick or two. You know what I mean? You have to see, man. You never know. Listen, if it's going in that way, there I might have to play Gomez.
Yeah. Like is Joe fit now? Proper fit.
Yeah. He's been on the bench.
That's right. He hasn't played since, isn't it?
No, he's fit. He's fit.
The hate on Robbo is unbelievable.
Amit is not having it. I'm not hating, Amit. I'm not hating. You understand? I'm just talking facts. I'm not hating.
But okay, look. For me, this season, I think Robbo's been good, and I think the games where he's come off the bench, other than Bournemouth, I think he's had a positive impact on the team. Then he scored a goal against Burnley. I thought he was good on the ball. But yeah, there was a reason why we bought Kirkes, because we watched him get rinsed and repeated last season. Like it was just happening. I don't know. Southampton dribbling, Saka turning inside out, Madueke taking him for Pappy show. There was numerous games. There was multiple. It's probably about 10, 11 games where he just got ripped up last season.
And said, play fring prong right back and Szoboszlai left back. Now you're taking the mick.
Listen, Don can do a job there, you know.
No, man is taking the mick now. So you man giving you a round of applause, Doctor, for that. Amit, come on, man. Come on, bro.
What was a good,
Amit, come on, man. Come on, bro. Tell them CW, mate. They don't like the facts. You know what I mean? It's straight facts we're spitting here. It's not no joke thing. And I said, you know what? Thanks for what you've done, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I've even just said I would start him over Kirkes in the Derby game. But I just think
that doesn't make sense.
Going forward, what do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Because as you said before, Ndiaye or Grealish, in terms of what you're saying, will actually rinse him to shreds. So then why not start Kirkes or Gomez?
Because I think
start Gomez.
Or Gomez, as I said. But I just think that Kirkes might not last the 90 minutes, man. That's the problem. Trust me. That's the problem for me. I don't think you'll.
Where's the game?
It's at
Anfield.
Anfield.
That's at Anfield. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right. Yeah, Kirkes is the future. You're right, Abby. He is the future. Robbo is still the now.
I think if Slot's going to play Cody, then I would play Robbo. Because I just think if he plays Kirkes, Cody ain't going to pass. He's just going to shoot 6 times in the game. At least if Robbo, I could only shoot 3 times in the game because he'll pass to him. So, yeah. Liberties, man. Liberties. Nah, gents, come on, man. Come off. Man.
You see, it's not just me, Abbott. It's not just me, mate.
Yes, I could do teams.
Yeah, no, I see it. No, on a serious note, I seriously think that, Kirkes, I don't think he'll sit up the 90 minutes. I honestly believe he'll get a red.
No, I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
Yeah, so.
Did you get a red last season?
Yeah.
I think he did, you know.
Kirkes, okay.
I think he did.
Yeah.
So,
was,
right,
it against, was it against? No. Was it against Spurs?
I'm not too sure.
Yes. All right.
No, it weren't. No.
Time is really moving. Let's move this on now. So, as we just mentioned that, then let's have what we should have our lineups and our predictions for Saturday's game, afternoon kickoff, the derby against Everton. Whoever wants to go first, go first. Ooh, you're not gonna start. I need to get some ice after that. Trust me. Give me 2 seconds.
Allison in goal.
Yeah.
Right back. Szoboszlai. Centre backs Kanati and Van Dijk. Left Robbo. Gravenberch. McAllister. And
Fabrice, you're starting thing right back again, yeah?
Yep. So it'd be Gravenberch, McAllister, Jones. Left, Gakpo, right, Salah, and Ekitike up front.
Okay.
Isn't Curtis fit? No.
I don't think he's fully fit.
Yeah, I think Slot said that he's due back, but I guess he hasn't played since. What was his last game, Curtis? Arsenal game, isn't it?
Arsenal game. But literally, I think he's got a temperament to like manage himself enough, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, listen, I would play Curtis still. Like if he's match fit, I would play Curtis still.
Yeah. So that would be my team.
Okay, I'm gonna go Frimpong right back, Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes. I'm gonna go Grav and Jones, Mo right, Dom as the 10, Wirtz left, and then Isak.
Oh, starting Isak.
45 minutes again.
Okay.
Ali in goal. I do like the Szoboszlai right back. Alternatively, I would put Bradley there. So I'll go Szoboszlai, Robinson, VVD, Kanate, Gravenberch, Mac 10.
Rio, yeah?
Who else is there?
Rio.
No,
yeah.
you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Bradley right back, midfield three of Gravenberch, Mac 10, and Szoboszlai. Wirtz on the left, Salah on the right, Isak up top.
Another one starting Isak. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Amit says Ali, Frimpong, BBD, Ibu, Robbo, Grav, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Rio, Isak, Salah.
Good team. I just think with Salah, Rio. Actually, no, because Matt's not playing in it, so you have a taller player in there, I guess. And it seems like this season, Everton are playing more football than in previous years, so they haven't got as many like physical blocks in their team, do they? So yeah, you don't need to think like like they're not like an Arsenal, just 6'2" everywhere.
No.
They're looking good. I ain't gonna lie.
No, agreed.
Becca, Frimpong, Kanate, VVD, Robbo, Ryan, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Gakpo, Isak, and Salah, and that's Mark's team. Binky says same team. Was Ross displayed, no changes. Wow. I mean, what's wrong with you today, bro?
Bradley's been a bit up and down, though. Bradley has been a bit up and down.
Nah, he has. And one thing I can always say with him as well is another one. If you lot are into your betting and you want to do your match builder bet for him to get booked. Guaranteed money. Guaranteed money. That's one thing with him. He needs to play a lot more with this, and I think he'll do a lot better rather than with this and his emotions, mate. Use this a lot more, and he'll do a lot better.
I don't know with Frimpong. I like Frimpong. I really do. I don't know. It's just not quite sure yet of him. Good player, and I'm glad he's there.
Chris makes a good point here. Everton don't have natural fullbacks at the moment. O'Brien is a centre back, and Garner is a DM playing left back. That's why he reckons that Amit reckons that Rio terrorizes them.
Yeah, but this is a David Moyes team, and I think you've got to give the guy some credit in regards to his teams he makes his teams competitive.
Yeah, very hard to break down
and hard to beat.
Yeah, Everton have looked very good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's hard to say it, but I'm a realist, man, and they looked very good. They've even looked entertaining for Everton team. Everton haven't looked entertaining since the fucking 80s. Trust me. Since
striker up front. What's his name? That striker up front?
Tony Cottee. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden they're looking playing some entertaining football. I'm like, what's going on?
Who's the number 9 again? What's his name?
But Beto.
He always causes us problems, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he causes us some problems in like Gokarez does, to be fair.
So what's your predictions, gentlemen?
2-0.
Okay.
I'll go 2-0.
Oh.
I don't think we're conceding many chances.
Anytime today to breach, yeah?
Two.
Oh, to breeze, man.
2-2.
Let's come here with some negative vibes.
2-2, man.
Man saying 2-2. He's questioning works. He's bigging up Cody. Nah, bro. Cody's Nunez, bro. You gotta follow path.
You know what? Grealish is in fine form. Of course, they've got Ndai. I'm not too sure if like Tyler Diblin's fit or playing. I'm not too sure if he's starting.
What about Diblin, man? That's a good signing, you know. Already.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a brilliant signing, and again, as in collectively, defensively, we haven't been the best. I can see a draw. I mean, again, we are going to win the league by winning last minute goals. So I can honestly, and again, exactly what Big P said. Like, this is a David Moyes team. They're not going to be soft. Again, they've got the centre back that almost broke Mac 10's leg. So literally he's going to be up for it and whatnot. 2-2. I'm being a realist. CW
says 2-0. Mark says 3-0. Okay.
Yeah, it says we'll look good again still.
After all that talk with Chess, I reckon we nick another last-minute winner, 2-1.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if he rests Verts, and goes
No,
in
but-
with goes with a Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right.
Please.
I
I'm just-
think you should rest him or drop him. Like
I'm not
let's be
saying I
honest.
want him. I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying in Merseyside derby. I know Everton like to pass, but it's going to be a bit frosty. It's going to be a bit tasty. I think it's just about making sure that we're. But who knows? That's why he slots there, mate, to make those sort of decisions.
Work will do something a bit mad on. Like I can see him thriving again. He's got it. He's there. It's just
No,
how we going to use him.
Of course he has. He's got it.
Yeah, but
100%.
if you think about putting Verts on after 60 minutes, like
The man's tired.
yeah, there's a bit. You know what I mean? I'm not, because you got to think now. Football now, the modern day football, you're never finishing with the same team you started, and it's almost like you put how many subs you can put on? 5 subs, so you can almost change shape and all sorts of it. So sometimes teams, you're seeing it as well, where teams are playing a certain team and then come strong at the end. Maybe that's a thingy. I don't know.
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm saying. Like the only reason I would entertain starting Cody is for his height on defensive set pieces. But I just feel his decision making right now is it's wild. Like he's almost acting like he don't care, and clearly he does care. Like he's a great team player. Like he's a really humble person. He's great for the dressing room. Everyone knows Coley is a brilliant character, but it's just like, rude boy, you don't always need to shoot from 30 yards.
True that.
It's just
True
like
that.
decision making, Cody.
Oh.
I think Carling Cup, innit?
Carling Cup.
Yeah. That's
He's
what
a
I
centre
reckon.
back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
centre back.
I mean, yeah. He's not ready. He's not ready.
How you know he's
He's
not
a
ready?
unit. He's a unit. Though. Like he's a unit. He's played
Bro?
some games.
How you know he's not ready to breathe?
You know what? Playing as a centre back in your debut season for like any club, it is you have to have nerves of steel. And again, like he's not gonna displace Kanate or Van Dijk. I just don't think he's ready. I don't think we'll like probably see him. Yeah, I mean, again, like in the kind of cup competitions, fair enough, but I can't see him playing in the league this season. Honestly, I can't see it.
I hear it. Do you know what? Like I'm always cussing Arsenal, but I guess that's what makes their young centre back so impressive. That Mosquera, because like to get him into what 21 and for what 13 million pounds, like that's one of the signings of the season because he looks class.
This is what I'm saying.
He looked.
People probably would have thought he might not be ready, but
he looks class. I was like, damn.
Is that the one you come on? Is that the one you come on?
Yeah, against us.
Against
Yeah.
us,
Yeah,
He looks.
and he does. He played the other day as well. He does. He looks very good signing.
He
So,
looks
I
class.
don't know, man.
Yeah,
Unless
Arsenal are
these
player
guys get games, you don't know. That's what I
Yeah.
reckon. But yeah, I want to see this youngster, man, because I've heard so much about him. I really do want to see what he's about. To be fair, can't wait for one of them Carling Cup games. So,
Do you know what it is, though? Like you see those 6'5", like aggressive physical centre backs. I think they can always look very, very, very impressive depending on who they're playing. But you do worry. You think, right, if you come against somebody who's got pace and who's a bit agile, like they might kind of just like leave you behind a little bit in it. So let's just ease you in a piece. So yeah, it's best to be a bit cautious, man. Like who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
gentlemen, I am going to say thank you very much, man. It's been a blast, and I must say, having Tabrice back on the show brings his own mic as well. You know what I mean? I love that. Trust me, coming from his celebrity interviews, you know what I mean? Big shouts goes out to Tabrice. Preds being the first one here, like wonders will never cease. You know me? Doctor, my bro. Always a blessing, my peoples, man. Always a blessing. Do remember, peoples, all about every Thursday night. We're back in full flow now, yeah? All summer holidays are over. We're back. Normal schedule, normal service has been resumed, okay? Every Thursday night, 10 o'clock until, well, basically you say when, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A business.
Oh, I've got like one more question. If I can have my microphone like this, are you guys going to pause me?
Bro.
Oh my god.
I hope that answers your question.
One idiot virgin. I'm pausing. Jeez, one idiot.
I'm telling you, hold on. We're waiting. Yeah.
Oh, mate. And the worst thing is, now everyone's streaming TV and everyone's watching box sets and no one's got DVDs. No one's even pressing pause again.
No, that's right. It's true.
No one's even pressing pause again.
No, don't press pause no more.
Like, oh, mate.
Bruce, I didn't even see that until you done that, mate.
Honestly, like I'm actually afraid to actually position, like,
bro.
Yeah, you better be. You better be.